What's up, Sifus? It's the Cause with Midnight Lights Gaming, and I am going to be pumping out these goal guides. Next up, we have Iron Willed. This is where you need to beat Jinfeng without doing any damage. You need to do this for every boss in order. There's a goal like this for every boss in Sifu. So yeah, stick around, check it out, like and subscribe. See you in a second. And then just run and try and get it. She's gonna punish you real bad, and not in a good way. I'll just leave that comment where it is. All right, that's phase one. Like I said, this is Iron Will. You need to beat Jinfeng and do no damage to her. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know about that. You can take as much damage as you want so long as you don't totally die before you get this goal and beat Jinfeng without doing her any damage. So again, it's beat Jinfeng without doing her any health damage. You can do it in Disciple or Master difficulty. You can't do it on easy difficulty. Here are my 5 tips to help you with this particular goal, and in some ways they can really help with any of the goals that involve taking down a boss without doing them any damage. So let's get kicked off with our first Iron Will tip, which is Embrace Death's Embrace?
I guarantee you're gonna die if you touch me, and there's no afterlife. Everything just goes black. Don't do it.
Quite simply, this goal is don't be afraid to die. You have to beat Jinfeng without doing any damage, but you can take as much damage as you want. So what that means is that if you defeat Jinfeng without taking any damage at 75, good. You're still going to get this goal. In order to get to Jinfeng, you can take some shortcuts where you drop a little further, but you also skip some tangos, and that can help save time if you're finding this is difficult and you're having to do it over and over again. So what I would recommend that you do is just, take the shortcuts. I have a few different videos you can check out about the shortcuts, and just watch the full playthrough at the end. You'll see how I get to Jinfeng in the fastest way I can, and how I don't die a lot, but I'm not worried if I die. I just need to do a great job of parrying, which we'll get into. Tip number 2, staff meeting. This is all about getting the weapon you need to help it make it easier to beat Jinfeng.
Oh god. Weird. How did that... that's a personal photo. Shouldn't be. This must have...
So you're gonna want this staff from this room. This mini boss, Sean's disciple, is holding it. You want to get it from them so you can use it with Jinfeng, because you're gonna be doing a lot of parrying and you take a lot less structure damage when you have a good weapon to absorb her attacks. And this staff, I think, is the best thing you can get throughout the shortcut to getting to Jinfeng. So you can see where we get it. You can also see my path, the path that I take to get to Jinfeng once I get the staff, and you can see that right here. Now note that you will drop the staff when you drop down that hole, so you're gonna need to pick it right back up. And again, this is, I think, the best weapon you can use. Please hit me up in the comments if you have a different weapon that you've been using. But any weapon is going to be better than using your fists to block Jinfeng. She does do quite a bit of structure damage with that weapon of hers. So get the staff, get ready, hit up the staff meeting, and let's get on to our next tip. Okay, tip number 3, take a stab at the shortcut. This is the fastest way I know how to get to Jinfeng, and one thing you can do to make it even faster. So let's talk about it. The fastest way I could find to get to Jinfeng is taking the shortcut where you go to the elevator on the right. Again, at this point, you probably have this shortcut unlocked. And so you take this down, it brings you to that super rocky area, and then you can fall a little bit further a couple times to get to Jinfeng even faster. And you can see one of those little shortcuts there, but watch the whole video at the end and you can see the entirety of how I get to Jinfeng in a super fast way. Now, the reason it's called take a stab at the shortcut is because when you get to this fighter who has the staff that you want to go up against Jinfeng, you want to grab a knife, get right to where that dark square is around her, like she's on a little platform. You want to stop right before you get close to her, hold triangle, and you'll get in a one-hit stab that kills her instantly. All right, timing is everything is our next goal, and it's really about how parrying is all about timing. So let's talk about what? I don't get that gif. It's wild. But of course, parrying has everything to do with timing, but it's very important for Jinfeng because she has a real tempo to her attacks. So I'm going to show you her different attacks in a minute, but typically they come in threes, and some of them are blockable and parryable, some of them aren't. I'm going to talk all about that. But timing is so important with Jinfeng. You really should practice against her quite a bit in the practice area because it'll just help you get her timing a lot. And once you have Jinfeng's timings, particularly in disciple mode, this is not a tough challenge, y'all. Tip number 5, pain is temporary. This is where we do a little bit of a deep dive into her moves and how to parry them. And okay, backflip, here we go. Oh no, are you okay, bro? Ooh, that did not look good. But pain is Tempor-parry. And this is important. It's really important to get good at parrying Jinfeng and getting her timing because when you get off the beat, she will punish you, both in terms of breaking your structure and taking your life away. So let's look at her different moves. You can see this first one, and most of her combos are 3-phase. You can see this one is straight at, she winds up vertically, has 2 straight ahead attacks, and then she spins around, and that tells you she's gonna do a windy one, and it's always low. At least it was in Disciple difficulty. In Master difficulty, she'll do like an overhead one. And you can see this next move, she winds up vertically but starts horizontal. So you just need to, you just know you're parrying all of these attacks. That's all you need to worry about. In her second phase, she offers a little bit of a different version where she spirals around, and you need to avoid that or else it'll grab you and pull you towards her. So be sure to avoid the first round of her horizontal helicopter attack, but then you can parry the next 2. And then she just does the same attack she does a lot. This is her number 1 most frequent attack. Again, sometimes in hard mode, in Master difficulty, she'll do it like overhead, do like a vertical overhead like slam. And you can parry it. It's hard to get the timing. I would recommend avoiding that. And then you can see this move, which is a vertical swipe. It really only happens when you get close to her, so I kind of keep my distance because it really makes her kind of show you her moves a lot more. Or you can just anticipate the same move a lot more when you kind of keep your distance. Some quick bonus tips, because I got nothing but love for you, is you need to use avoid to get your structure back, because in all of these parrying, don't do any damage to the enemy goals, you're going to take a lot of structure damage. So just remember, one way you can bring your structure meter down very quickly is by avoiding. And again, when you get Jinfeng's tempo, you're going to be able to say, okay, my structure damage is quite high, so I'm going to avoid the third phase of her very frequently 3-pronged attack. Last tip for reals is how to recover. So Jinfeng is likely to do some damage to you, kind of knock you back, knock you down, and when you get knocked down, she comes after you even harder and tries to break your structure. So there are a couple of things I'll tell you. Be patient. Don't worry about picking up your staff too fast because she'll punish you. So just use your parries, continue to do structure damage, and work your way towards your staff. And the other thing is when you're knocked on the ground, you need to press R2 on PlayStation 5 to like roll away and get out of there as quick as you can, because she comes down with that overhead slam. And those are the big things to recover. Again, be patient and roll away if she knocks you to the ground. The other thing you can do that I'm still struggling with a little bit, to be honest, is some of her moves will sort of knock you straight back and you'll be vulnerable during that. And you just want to press L1 and down on the joystick, and that will kind of stop you in your tracks so you're not just kind of like falling back for 5 minutes where you're vulnerable and she's going to do some more damage. Those are all of our tips, and we've smoothly, gracefully, and intelligently landed in our full playthrough with commentary, so let's get into it, starting at the start of the level, where all things begin, or at least for this level. My commentary is on point right now. Okay, so in this room, ignore everyone. It's that simple. Again, you only care to get this goal. I just recommend you focus only on the goal. You're going to take the elevator to the right, which you can access after you've gone through this level. I'm pretty sure once you beat Jinfeng once, you'll be able to do that, or maybe not even. I think you get the elevator key even before Jinfeng. There are plenty of videos about that. Okay, so once you get down here, if you just keep walking ahead, don't go left there because there's some tangos. You don't even need to worry about them. Who cares if you die a little bit? This will fast track you. It will take one of your lives and move your death meter up. But again, we're not going to worry too much about this because Jinfeng, particularly on disciple difficulty, is not going to break you. And you can get this goal at 75. Like, don't worry too much about it. So we've made one of our 2 falls. It brings us to our first mini boss, which is a like level 2 or 3 flash kicker. And just remember, with the flash kicker, the number one thing is forward light attack. That's going to pretty much interrupt almost all of a flash kicker's attacks. And it's really beautiful. It's kind of not super well known amongst all of the Sifus out there. It really makes flash kickers a lot easier. You can see as soon as you see her starting that attack, just forward, square, and boom. I mean, it was that easy. I don't even think I got hit. Let's see what I use here. I don't remember. Yeah, and so when you take this shortcut, you're not going to have many options. So more structure is what I would recommend at that first dragon shrine. Ba, 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 ba. We got the dragon shrine. Beat, da, 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 da. I just got to drop beats to kill some time here. All right, let's see. Yep, there's another drop down here. That's a shortcut that's going to kill you. Oh, no. And, of course, beating these mini bosses bring your death counter down, which is going to help you as well. So instead of going left, which is probably what you've done a million times, you're actually going to go right after you defeat that flash-kicking mini boss. You're going to drop straight down, and you're going to be in front of the second mini boss, which is Ashan's disciple, who has the staff that you're going to use. That was our staff meeting tip, and also take a stab at the shortcut tip you can see right there. Remember, all you have to do is get like right up to the little platform she's on, hold triangle, and as soon as you're kind of charged up, you're going to be able to stab her, one-time kill her, and then you can take that way, drop down, and here we are where we have a 1 death meter because we dropped a little further than we needed to, but that was just to save time and not have to go up a few enemies. Go up against like 3 enemies, but they're very easy. You don't need to take that last one. It's not worth it, and you're not going to be using this staff to do damage, so it's like, you know, it's okay if you use a little before you get to her because you're not worrying too much about it breaking because you're not attacking her. So you can see there are just really 2 combos that Jinfeng does in phase 1. And all of it is parryable. The most important thing is not to get hit, which is obvious, but really the most important thing is to know and get her tempo. And you can see a few things here I'll point out. So when she winds up like that, it's either going to be straight ahead, or so it's basically either going to be straight ahead or like a horizontal helicopter thing. Either way, you're parrying it, so don't worry too much about it. The attack tempo is such that her windup is pretty similar in terms of timing, so you're going to be able to do a good job of parrying her first attack. Now, as you can see there, recovery is also very important with Jinfeng because she will punish. I think of all of the bosses, maybe Yang, she punishes you the worst. Once she knocks you down, she's going to do everything she can to do more damage. Once your structure's high, particularly in master difficulty, she's going to try and break that structure. But you can see here, I take some hits. I try and recuperate by being patient, using my parrying until I have a longer window to go get my staff. If you drop your staff and then just run and try and get it, she's going to punish you real bad and not in a good way. I'll just leave that comment where it is. All right, that's phase 1, 2 main combos. In master difficulty, I haven't tried Jinfeng on disciple difficulty since the most recent update. Sometimes in phase 1 and 2, she ends her 3-phase combo with like an overhead smash down, and you can just avoid left or right, or you can parry that. I will say when you try and parry the overhead smash move, it does a lot of structure damage. So now that move she just did, when she does a vertical or a horizontal helicopter move to start her combo in phase 2, it's gonna grab you and pull you towards her. So I would recommend in phase 2, just get used to, if you see a horizontal move starting a combo, that you need to be ready to avoid and then parry the next 2 attacks. So you can see she sweeps me there. I recover by just rolling away, R2ing away as fast as possible, because if not, she's gonna slam me, and not in a good way. I'm really nailing the not in a good ways. But again, it's mostly the same combo. Straight ahead, low sweep, in disciple difficulty. So yeah, I die. I think I beat this at 24. So And I think I started at 21 or 22, so again, you're not worrying about that. Who cares if you're like 60 years old when you beat this? Your youngest age is going to save. So there you can see her combo started with the helicopter. I tried to parry it instead of avoid it. She grabbed me, she pulled towards me. You can't, I haven't found a way to stop her from kicking you. But once she kicks you, just hold L1 and that'll help prevent the next attack from getting you. So she knocks me back, and then I'm just like, okay, wait for my window, get my staff. Then she beats your structure. I mean, that's the thing. Her AI, again, particularly in master difficulty, she's like knows when your structure is pretty high, and she'll just keep coming after you. So the best thing you can do with Jinfeng, it's a lot easier to be perfect against Jinfeng than other bosses because her combos are quite predictable. But you can see here, I'm just looking out for the first move of her combo to see if it's a helicopter. If it starts with a helicopter, in that case I'm avoiding, then the next two attacks I'm dodging. And you can see, you know, not only does she helicopter to start her attack, but two gold circles kind of radiate out, telling you like that's not parryable. You can't block that. She's just gonna grab you. So just look out for that. You can see towards the end of this fight, for whatever reason, she's using a lot of the same combo. No, I guess she did the helicopter there. So it's a bit of a 50-50 whether or not she starts with that straightforward that she just did or the helicopter. So, you know, those are the only two combos you really need to worry about, so long as you keep your distance from Jinfeng. Do not let her get too close to you, and don't get too close to her, or she'll show you a few different moves, and then you know, you're going to be off your tempo. Maintaining the right amount of distance throughout this fight is going to help make sure you're seeing the same one or two combos over and over again. And then boom, baby, we did it. And yeah, this one, it's easier also not to attack her, you know, in my opinion. I remember against Fajar, yikes. Is that a Lion King reference? I would like get so frustrated. Sometimes I would attack him when I'm not allowed to because the goal doesn't allow for it. So anyway, welcome, thank you, I appreciate you, friends. Thanks for watching at Midnight Lights, spelled a little bit different. Do like and subscribe. I try to push to 1,000 subscribers during in the lead up to the new year. It didn't work. I appreciate likes and subscribes. When I start making a single penny from any of my videos, half of it's going to go to a charity we choose as a subscriber community. I appreciate you. You're wonderful. Keep banging out there, Sifus. Bye.